Shadowcoast here, and we are continuing our New Beginnings campaign. For those joining this series, we ratcheted up the difficulty. If you want to see, you can take a look at this screen and pause it to one of the most difficult settings. The only thing we did not maximize on difficulty was parts for mech assembly. We set at 5 instead of 8, and that's because we want a steady progression instead of running side missions or getting completely steamrolled. I wanted to take a minute to orient you to the UI for the dropship. We're currently in our Leopard. As a side note, this isn't a Rana restoration campaign. We will be running all Flashpoint content as we go along too. So right now we're looking at the dropship interface or UI. In the top right we have the timeline. It tells us important information like how long it takes to repair a mech, the next time to our financial report. It'll also let us know how long it takes for injured mech warrior pilots to recover. In the top left over here, this tells us how long we stay solvent. We are a mech warrior unit, a mercenary unit, excuse me. So cash is king, and this tells us how long we have. So we currently have 4 months to stay solvent. We can do a deep dive into finances. Effectively, we have to pay for mech upkeep. We have to make different payments to the bank, which owns the Leopard, which is our ship here, and then we also have to pay our mech warriors. Looking down here, we have the morale. This basically determines the resolve we have entering combat, which is very important. We can increase this multiple ways. We can pay our mech warriors more. We can also interact with, I guess, outside of mission storylines. So you'll see those as we progress through the campaign. Mech tech is the tech points. This is basically determines how long it takes to repair mechs or refit mechs. Medical, this determines how long it takes for injured mech warrior pilots to recover. Down here we have a nice list of important things we're going to run through here. The Leopard, we have the hiring hall and the store. We can also access this in the bottom right. The hiring hall basically are mech warriors that are available to hire on different planets you visit. The store allows you to purchase equipment from whatever planetary store you are sitting at. It is important that you check out this store on a regular basis. We did ratchet the difficulty up, so there are no plus um, or enhanced weapons. So a plus would be like a medium laser plus, and it'll have an extra added attribute to differentiate it. So the only way we can get those plus or plus plus weapons is through purchasing them, and we are definitely going to want to do that as we progress through the storyline and gain more powerful mechs. Command Center allows us to talk to Darius and take on contracts. We're going to see that here in a minute. The barracks is actually where we can manage our mech warriors and their skills. So right now we're going to take a look. We have our kind of corn lineup. You can see here Glitch has multi-shot. Medusa doesn't have anything. Shadowcoast doesn't have anything yet. And Behemoth has Bulwark. She's kind of the tank of the team, at least so far. What I'm going to do here, what I like to do is I like to bring everyone up to 4 kind of points. It is important. I'm going with tactics and guts right now. Indirect fire penalties reduced. We do get +1 health. This determines how many injuries. So right now you can see Medusa can take 3 injuries. I'm going to confirm this. Now Medusa can take 4 injuries. That's important because on this added difficulty level, injured or incapacitated pilots are killed. That's lethality. It's an extra difficulty you can add. Looking here, Decker, we're probably going to go the recon route. So we'll either pick, go up to Ace Pilot and Sensor Lock, or we might get Sure Footing and then go on to Tactician. Something we're going to think about. I'm going to give him 1 extra health so he can take more injuries. Then I'll probably save up for Sensor Lock because he will be our recon guy. And Shadow Coast. What are we going to do with Shadow Coast, guys? I do want him to get an extra injury hit point. I'm thinking for Shadow Coast I might go Breaching Shots, Bulwark, But we're gonna see as we progress, kind of see how we feel um, as we go down the line. Here you can see the salary. They're all at 28,000, except for Decker, who's 29,000. Um, as we increase skills, they're gonna get more expensive. So we want to watch that. Mech Bay, we can talk to Yang. We can also refit and change mechs. You saw us in the last episode repair the Vindicator. We clicked repair. I'll get into mech and lance setup and deployment in later episodes here. Navigation, this is where Sumire sits. We also have the star map. This allows us to go different places and do different things. And then Captain Headquarters, one of the most important things is financials to manage. You can see here the cost outlay based off of mechs. Each one costs a certain amount to keep a mech bay. Then you can see our pilot salary costs, and then the bank loan interest payment. One of the most important things later in the game will be reputation. We'll worry about that later. And then what I personally love, you can add your logo. You can see down here I swapped one of them out for my Shadowcoast logo. I encourage you to do the same thing, and then you can change your color schemes. Our colors are black, white, and blue, I guess, navy. One thing I would ask of you guys, if you're watching this, please give me recommendations on names. Feel free to post. I will update the company name based off what you guys recommend. So we're going to jump over to contracts here and take a look. The only contract that we have available looks like it is in transition. It's 12 days away. We're going to negotiate here. I'm not too concerned about salvage yet. I don't think we're going to encounter that many great mechs. So we're gonna just let it ride. We're gonna go through there. You know, one of the things we're gonna have to decide, excuse me, is always the trade-off between more money versus more salvage to try to get better mechs. As far as light mechs are concerned, I don't think we need too many light mechs. We do want a couple, especially for the flashpoint content. And land structure is going to be very important, right? We're gonna throughout the campaign we're going to deploy or employ different strategies based on different missions, and we'll have some fun with it. Since this is my honestly fourth or fifth campaign, I'm okay losing mech warriors. We've done it in the past. It's gonna happen this game, like it or not. So this is one of the inter or like outside of combat storyline missions. A lot of these can impact morale, so we do want to read carefully. Shakedown. You're on the Leper's Bridge with Sumire, Yang, and Darius for the daily staff briefing. Darius says, We received 3 messages from the banks. Loan shark, Sumire cuts in. From the people who are financing us, Darius continues. They're considering rewriting the terms of our loan, so it would be easier to seize this ship if we miss a payment. As usual, they're only doing this because they believe we can't fight it in courts. Alright, we're going to educate the banks on their mistake. I'll deal with it, you say. Later, you record a response. In it, you sternly remind the lien holders that the financial institutions operating on Detroit 3 must abide by local contract law. You even cite the relevant sections of legal code from memory. Then you point out that as you've kept records of all payments and correspondence concerning the loans, you'll be able to demonstrate in court their proposed revisions to the agreed upon terms would represent such a gross violation of the law that you would undoubtedly be awarded a second dropship at the bank's expense. Once the camera is off, Sumire says, There's no way they'll push you on this. Too bad. I like to see loan sharks grovel. Your company has gained the status loan status fair. Yep. They're not going to send bounty hunters at us, at least not yet. If we let that get out of hand, they might send bounty hunters, which would impede our ability to run out missions. So we flow into Bellerophon for a half skull mission. We're going to take a second to take a look. We did set it so there are very rarely good mech warriors. But if we see, I think they're Ronins, they're special mech warriors, we will pick them up. Nothing here jumps out, no plus weaponry. So we're going to launch the contract. Alright, so I like to start with my heaviest mech and kind of go down the line. I personally like the Spider over the Locust. You can see here on the Locust actually has a little more armor but less structural hit points, and then the Spider has a little less on the armor but a fair amount more on the structural points. So net, I think the durability is 3 points instead of 2. We're gonna put Behemoth in the Shadowhawk, let her sit there and take it out. The Vindicator will take Glitch, Shadowcoast will be in the Blackjack, and these guys are the same. So we're gonna throw Medusa in here to gain some experience. I'm a little surprised Decker is 1,000 C-bills more per month. A little suspicious, guys. I don't know if you've noticed that before. We're calling it out here. So I did not realize or read what this mission was. We have to destroy the Merrick Lance. Our intelligence confirms the Lance of Merrick military units is engaged in maneuvers on Bellerophon within a region we control. This is an aggressive action, and local government operations are at risk as long as this Lance is allowed to move unimpeded. Hunt down the enemy Lance and eliminate it. So this is a straightforward battle. Alright. They're out in the open. We are going to move forward, track them down. Alright, so that's a little unsteady ground.
On my way.
Can I jump you in a slightly better location? I'm gonna jump you here. And the Spider. We're gonna send you out to the left Medusa to flank. Let's reserve down. Gonna reserve down again. Alright, so looks like there are a few vehicles.
Waiting for the right move. Good to go.
Alright. You're gonna reveal them. Alright, we found all the other vehicles. Gonna kinda jump you here. One down, 3 to go. You can see 25% of the Merrick Lance is down. It looks like they're all vehicles. So we're gonna jump Behemoth here. Now here's important. So Bulwark, passive, cover and guarded states both provide 40% damage reduction rather than 20% damage reduction. Cover and guarded together provide 60%. So we're gonna brace. So that is 40% damage reduction, or excuse me. Between the two, we get 50% stability reduction, and then additional 20 damage reduction from all sides. Um, so we should be in good shape
What can I
there.
do for ya?
I gonna keep glitch back here, and we're gonna reserve down and see where these guys head to. Alright, so a little risky, but this guy's moving. Alright, figured that might happen. That's okay.
Orders. Jumping.
So we're gonna jump here and see if we can hit them in the back. They have weakened armor. Oh, I'm surprised that. Oh, just not enough.
What's up, boss? Copy
Gonna
that.
move Behemoth here. We're going to called shot because we're trying to take it out, and it does work.
Reporting vehicle destroyed. Waiting for orders.
Alright, so we're gonna use multi-shot.
Line 'em up and I'll shoot 'em
Let's
down,
see.
Commander.
Okay, we got the PPC, which took them out. And some missiles. So that flanking maneuver, while good, didn't do too much. So, alright. Took them out. Good. Another mission down. So easy peasy, guys. No damage. Plus 100 XP. You got a small laser SRM-6. Great. Let's take a quick look. I did a lot of kind of housekeeping explanation stuff. So if there's another contract. Oh. A battle. I'm okay with. I'm okay with this. We're gonna keep the same lineup and jump right into battle. I went with 2 salvage, which I might be regretting, but I'm hoping they have a medium mech you can start working on. If they just have vehicles, I'm going to be sorely disappointed. I'm thinking I should have waited for a skull and a half or 2 skulls, to be honest. Destroy the pirate lance. Now, one thing I'm not doing here, guys, is looking at reputation. I don't really feel the need to build reputation with one faction or the other right now. We're going to want to do that at some point just for fun. It opens up and unlocks different opportunities. Or different factors. So for example, the black market, if you have better rep with your local pirate organizations, you might have some benefits. I'm trying to think about kind of the best way to go about this. Alright.
On my way.
Gonna bring my guys over here, and gals.
Moving out.
Sorry, Behemoth. Yeah.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
The reason we're moving to the right here is we don't want them to be unduly benefited from the higher ground.
On it.
And then we're gonna send Medusa over to try to trigger something.
Yes, Commander. Roger.
Alright.
Hostile on sensors.
Copy that.
I'm gonna check down and let the fun begin. Oh. So we have.
Good to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have a commando.
Giving them everything I've got.
So I waited because we want Decker to be able, or Medusa to be able to go as early as possible. And then what we're doing here is we're trying to kind of snipe this guy off. That's okay. I was hoping one of them would hit.
No damage detected.
What's up, boss? Jumping.
Ah, probably shouldn't be jumping down there in retrospect.
On it. I hear ya.
Alright, glitch. Huh. I guess they don't have the range.
No sweat.
Alright, kind of doing what we didn't want to do. So we have the locust coming in.
Commander. Confirmed.
Alright, so we're staying a little aggressive here. Alright, he missed. But he did have 3 evasion chevrons. He did place his back towards us. Another commando. Oof. He does hit Medusa, so we're gonna jump Medusa out now. I
Waiting
think.
for orders.
Alright, so what we're doing here, guys, is because we have multi-shot, we're kind of dividing and conquering, so we reduce evasion chevrons from both. So like we missed that, we're gonna miss this, but they reduce evasion chevrons, making it easier to hit. Right, so now when we jump Shadowcoast here,
Engaging jump jets.
25%.
Rear armor.
miss, but now, man, it's part of its
Roger that.
why target size out of range. Shoot. 45. Not worth the resolve.
Locked on rear armor.
I was hoping one of those would hit, but alas, no. Alright, so we did place Decker out there a fair bit.
Ready for orders.
Let's see. Did we hit him in the middle? Oh, you hit him in the leg. Not the middle of the back. That is disappointing. This guy's just trying to... Oh, he did hit us. Gonna lose evasion here. Alright, so... Spider took some damage. It's okay. We're gonna completely jump jump them back. We are going to multi-shot again, reducing evasion.
No problem. I've got enough guns for everyone.
Ooh, one shot, one kill. He just took out the locust.
Ready for orders.
Let's see.
Engaging
55. We're gonna try to hit him in the center. And he has 11 left. Where are we going?
Engaging jump jets.
Alright, so hopefully one of these hits the...
Engaging target.
Cannot get a lucky break on that guy. That's okay, you can go for...
Receiving you.
You can go for someone else.
Confirm.
Alright, we're gonna try to
Got the angle. Taking the shot.
take him out.
Critical hit, Commander.
Alright, that guy is hurting. So is this guy. It's taking a lot longer than I'd like. Just sometimes need a little bit of luck on those rolls to make sure you connect.
Yes, Commander.
In retrospect, I did not want to do that. What I really wanted to do, what I should have done was this first. Use the multi-shot to reduce
Line them up and I'll shoot them down, Commander.
reduce the evasion on each one, and then gone in with Behemoth. I'm a little rusty, guys. I apologize. Alright,
All weapons
well,
committed.
just kind of need... Yeah, there we
Enemy
go. Easy
network
peasy.
destroyed.
Probably didn't need to
Mission
do
successful.
to salvage, but I did. Down with the local pirate a little bit. We could use a commando, although it's not the variant that I like with the large laser, I don't think. But that's okay. We'll take a quick look at our mech warriors. We'll repair our spider. Contact Rimworld Frontier. Darius. Alright everyone, gather around. After our last talk, I bit the bullet and started fishing around for uncertified contracts, and I repeat, might have caught something. Who's the client? Unknown. She didn't ID herself in the message, but she claims to be a member of the Canopian elite. She says that she's got a big job lined up and she wants us for it. Us specifically. She called the commander out by name. How would she even know about us in the first place? It isn't like we're drowning in publicity over here. Good question, and I'm betting we don't have an answer. You're certain this client isn't really a bounty hunter? Because I can list about 5 different banks that'd all love to repossess this ship. We're shopping for uncertified contracts behind the review board's back, Yang. Hell no, I'm not certain. But for what it's worth, I can confirm she's rich. She reached out to us with a priority HPG message, and those things ain't cheap. Let's go with the origin. Following up on this will be risky, sure, but I never let that stop me before. That's the spirit, and besides, we need this. We've been hemorrhaging sea-bills out here for way too long as it is. Meeting with a mystery client sounds totally reasonable to me, given the circumstances. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Our new client vents us out the airlock, and our corpses spend the rest of forever tumbling through the icy vastness of space. Thanks for that delightful image, Yang. Look, Jack, I'll admit this is sketchy as hell, but it's also the best lead we're likely to find. If you want to follow up, plot a course to Bellefontaine. The client will be waiting. The contract to meet our Canopian mystery client is ready for review in the command center. Take a look when you're ready, Commander. Alright. So, some housekeeping stuff. We'll take a look. Shadowcoast needs stuff. We're gonna save for Medusa. I'm gonna save for Guts. Well, you know what? No. We kind of want to get them to 4, in my opinion, to even them out so they don't completely suck at stuff. And then we can start leveling them up. We do have an injured mech warrior, or mech, so we'll repair that in 2 days. And let's take a, oops.
Greetings, Commander.
Let's take a look. So we'll launch the Benefactor mission, guys, in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Again, we cranked up the difficulty. We're going to try to limit the number of missions between each priority mission to 1 plus the minimal amount. We're going to see how that works. It could be risky, but it'll definitely be challenging. But we're going to give it a go and see what happens. So thanks for watching. Please post. I am looking for recommendation on what we should upgrade our company name to. Shadowcoast Marauders does not have a great ring to it. So if you have suggestions, please post. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.